So tell us, what does the future look like for African Americans and Black people generally here in the United States?
So what I think the future looks like for African American people, especially young graduates, I feel as though that the opportunities are limitless. I feel as though that because of the people who have come before us, our parents and our grandparents, I feel as though they've paved the way for us to not only kind of take time to figure out what we want to do, but just to try all different kinds of things. And depending on what career field you'd like to go into, I feel as though that when you get out of college, there's so much opportunity for you, like right out of the gate. Especially for someone who's in a creative field like myself, I feel as though that it's just a blank canvas for us to try and explore where we want to go. And if you have the skill and the dedication to do that, then I feel like the opportunities will be there for you.
So what kind of challenges do you feel out there, or kind of obstacles for African Americans trying to enter the job market? You just graduated from school, so
Right.
you're in that category where you're trying to find some way out here.
Yes.
What challenges are you finding?
I'm finding that it's very competitive. There are a lot of people like myself who have the drive to just try to make a name for themselves out here in this world. And I think especially nowadays, there's more of a market for people of color and people like myself to go out there and pave the way. So I feel as though that there are challenges, but there's also, benefits as well. But I feel like just as long as you kind of network and kind of know what you want to do and how you want to approach a situation and how you just kind of want to offer yourself, I think people will definitely take to you as far as the job market is concerned.
Well, we've had a lot of success stories from, African American communities here, and there are so many names that we could name that are really known. But,
Yes.
Do you have a role model that you aspire to be like?
Yes, so creatively, I really adore Issa Rae. I don't know if you're familiar with her work, but she was the creative director and writer on the show Insecure. And that started from just being a web series, something that she was just passionate about, and she put the time and the effort into it, and now she has a whole corporation behind her. So she's really one of the women that, as far as in the creative industry, I really look up to her and just all that she's done. And Ava DuVernay, Jordan Peele, all of those incredible Black creatives. They really just make me feel inspired to do a lot of work.
Nice to know that you got a lot of inspiration from other people. But what kind of conversations do you have as young people when you talk, say, to your parents or your grandparents about where they have come, the challenges they have gone through, or the successes? What kind of conversations goes around, especially this month?
Yes. So the conversations kind of center around just how for example, when my mother was in school or my father was in school, schools were just starting to, become integrated, and my mom was walking down the hallway and she would have her hair pulled on. People would throw things at her because, racism was still very much at its peak. And it's still very prevalent today in society, but I feel as though that nowadays my mom and we just have the capability to go out here in this world and just kind of make our way for ourselves versus our grandparents who would have took so much longer to get to where we have and all the resources that we have. I think that we just are able to achieve so much more. And my mom just loves to see someone like me who has the opportunity to do something like this. She would have never even dreamed to do anything like this when she was her age, or just see anybody of her color do something like this or do something that you're doing. So I think that we've come a long way. There's still a long way to go, but I think we've come a long way.
And what kind of conversations do you have, especially now? Are you meeting your peers, your friends, and to celebrate this month? And what kind of conversations go around among the young people?
Right. So I feel like among young people, we try to just focus on the achievements that our fellow, grandparents, just the Black people that have come before us, how they've made it out here in society. And I feel as though that focusing on the achievements, focusing on the things that they've done, just really allows us to kind of understand the gravity of what our grandparents went through and our parents went through. And I think it just makes us appreciate where we've come even more and makes us fight to do the hard work to get even further in society as far as just paving the way for ourselves.